I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Moving on now to page 30 of the Discovering Music Theory for grade 5. Moving on to exercise 3, we now get the opportunity to write out some scales. However, there's an awful lot to think about and it seems a little overwhelming at first. Fear not, it's not. It's really quite easy if you just take things one step at a time. However, I do suggest you must always work in pencil and you will need an eraser to hand because as you follow things through step by step, you will have to adjust some flats and sharps. It's just easier to take things one step at a time and then kind of modify as you go along rather than trying to keep things held in your head. And do have to hand your circle of fifths, your list of key signatures. You can write it out for yourself, that's the best way, or you can refer to my PDF on my website. And you've got all of your keys there. It's really important to have these to hand because if you're trying to just keep them in your mind, you're juggling keys all of the time and it's so easy to make mistakes, whereas if it's just pinned down for you there, you haven't got to keep thinking about it. You're not going to make mistakes and you're not going to get stressed. And so take it steady and just follow through the steps and it's quite easy. So these scales in exercise 3 have been written without key signatures and we are asked to add accidentals to make them correct. So the first is G flat major, which we know has a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats and C flats. Notice that it goes up to the key signature, the tonic, goes up to the tonic +1. That's the magic of these little formulas. There's always some little system that helps us. So it's B, E, A, D, G and C. And so we now need to add the flats. Now if you're comfortable with this clef, then you could perhaps just go ahead. It depends which instrument you play. However, if you're not comfortable with this clef, you could even make life easy for yourself. We know it begins on G flat and we know it's going to step up, so just give yourself a hand and just write the letter names underneath. They're the note names. And so now it's going to be easy peasy to just pop these key signatures in as accidental. So the major is just the key signature applied as accidentals. So we want a B flat, an E flat, A flat, D flat. G flat of course comes twice because it's the tonic at the beginning and the end of the scale, and then we want C flat. So F is the only one that's not affected by the key signature. And then if you feel like you're ready to just go for it, then by all means do have a go of this. Remember, we've got to be careful. Is it the major? Is it the minor? Which form of the minor is it? And if it's the melodic minor, is it ascending or descending? So just take it a step at a time. However, keep working through with me until you feel confident, and then as soon as you feel ready to have a go, do press pause and try on your own. Now we know that E flat minor is related to G flat major, so we need the same key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats and C flats. Now then, the melodic minor, when it's ascending, we have this key signature applied and then we raise the 6th and the 7th. However, the melodic minor in the descending form is key signature only, so we've just got to do the same job as we've done here and apply it here. Now then, again, if this clef is easy to you, could just go ahead and do it. If you're not used to reading treble clef or you just want to make life easy for yourself, then why not E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, particularly if you don't feel comfortable with these ledger lines. And so it's easy enough now to add the key signature, and I find it easier to go in order of the key signature so I've not forgotten anything. I'm sure I've not forgotten anything, rather than following in the order of the scale. So we have B flats. E flats will come twice because it's the beginning and the end, that's the tonic. A flats. Remember, the flat goes before the note. I realise this sounds really obvious, but we say A flat, but we write a music flat A because, of course, the performer needs to know to play it as a flat before they get to the note. If you put it afterwards, it's like, oh, shucks, that should have been flattened. It seems an obvious point, but it's so easily missed sometimes. So B, E, A, so now we want D flat, G flat, and C flat. And the only one not affected is the F. So now we have D sharp harmonic minor. I think perhaps if you haven't done so already, you've got the tools now to go for it. I suggest you do just force yourself to try these on your own, following the systems that we've just put in place. You can always check it through afterwards. You will learn much more thoroughly just by perhaps making the odd little mistake. So I'm hoping you've had a go. Let's check through this together now. So D sharp minor is related to F sharp major, which has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A, E sharp. And then, so let's just do that first. So that's step one. We're going to have to do two little steps because it's the harmonic minor. So work in pencil because you will need an eraser. So first of all, because I'm not very happy just quickly reading alto clef, I'm just going to sketch the letters underneath. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Unless you play the instrument, you don't always feel comfortable. I could figure it out, but let's make life easy. So I'm going to put the key signature in first of all. F, C, G, D will come twice because that's the tonic at the beginning and the end. A, and then E. Now then, remember that we've got to raise the seventh because that's the harmonic minor. Now because we're descending, remember this is 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so here is the seventh, which needs raising. It's already a C sharp, and so to raise that we need to make that a double sharp. So I've done that first step of thinking, and now I know to do it as a double sharp. It's so worth just writing your key signature in first and then doing it. If you're trying to hold it in your mind that that's a C sharp and then you're going to raise it, I just think it's trying to deal with too many things at once, and we're absolutely sure that is pristine accurate now, aren't we? So just for a quick little erase, we can make sure it's absolutely correct without getting our brains too confused. And so same principle now for F sharp major. We know that F sharp major has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A, E sharps. And again, because I'm not very comfortable in this clef, the tenor clef, C, B, A, G, F, of course it's F sharp, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. And so now I just apply the key signature. F sharp comes twice because of course that's the tonic. F, C, G, D, A, E. And that's that. Completed nice and easy. If you just take it a step at a time and just patiently work through the procedures, it's easily done and you know you're absolutely accurate. And so Here we've just got a little bit of an information box talking about the enharmonic equivalents, and sometimes we will switch keys. And if you're playing your scales, when you're practicing your scales, it's much easier to play D flat major as it is C sharp major. They're both exactly the same, but we'd switch to the enharmonic just because it's much easier to read and play. So sometimes we can just switch for convenience. So now we are going to have this challenge. We're told that this piece of music is in the key of F sharp major, and we have the same principle to apply as we've just done on the scales in exercise 3, but now we're not in a scale pattern. The notes are rearranged to make a little bit of a melody. I'm sure it's an amazing one if it's written by Beethoven. So we know that F sharp major has a key signature of F, C, G, D, A, E sharps. And so now we need to apply these wherever needed. However, do remember that if you've got a sharp in a bar, it's active to the end of the bar until the bar line cancels it. So it may be that you don't need to write it all the time. So perhaps now you've got the idea of what to do, maybe have a go. Try it on your own. It doesn't matter if you go wrong. It's always better. It really is always better to learn by your mistakes rather than just by passively copying. So press pause, have a go on your own. So I'm hoping you've had a go of that, and now we can check it through together. So let's look, are there any F sharp? Are there any Fs that need sharpening? So there's an F. Again, I'm going to do it in order of the key signature just so I don't forget anything, rather than just reacting as the notes occur. So F sharp. Now we've got an F here, and so I could put a sharp there, but I don't need to because it's still F sharp, because that is still active until the bar line cancels it. So I don't need a sharp there. It's already sharpened. So now we're looking for C sharps. So there's one. Go back to the beginning. There's another one. Oh, I didn't carry on with the F sharps. Getting carried away. There's an F sharp. Just at a different octave. So we've done the F sharps, we've done the C sharps. There's another C sharp. See, this is why it's so important to just take things a step at a time. It's so easy to get lost. It's not difficult, it's just following each procedure carefully, isn't it? So now we're looking for the G's. There's a G sharp we can add. That's that. Are there any A, D? We're on now. F, C, G, D. There's a D sharp. There's another D sharp. Now we're on the A sharp. That's that first one. There's another one. That's that. Are there any E sharps? Yep, there's an E sharp there. Are there any more? Yeah, there's an E sharp. Let's just double check. So we've got a B natural, that's okay. That's still sharpened, so that's okay. We've got a B natural, that's okay. B is the natural. Everything else is sharpened, and all of these sharps are necessary because the bar line isn't kind of needed to cancel or hold because it's a different pitch. So there we go. That's that exercise completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.